Hello friends, today we are going to talk about page 29 in our workbook. This was the page that you guys were supposed to complete as your homework yesterday. And this problem was just to see what kind of strategies you come up with. When you encounter a subtraction problem, what is your first move? Where do you go? So that's why I wanted you guys to complete it first, because I want to see where you start. But before we start anything, we have to read our problem. So it says, Chen has 14 stamps. He uses 6 of them to mail letters. How many stamps does Chen have left? So I went ahead and I circled 14 stamps because we're talking about stamps. These are stamps, friends. This is what you put on a letter to mail it out. To mail it out, you have to have a stamp. So Chen started with 14 of them. He ended up mailing 6 things out, which means he took 6 stamps away. And it says, how many stamps does Chen have left? Saying left tells me that we are doing a subtraction problem. So when I start, I have my number with 14 stamps. And he uses 6 of them. When you use something, you are taking them away. We have to solve this mystery number right here. So some of the strategies that I saw when you guys were doing your work, a lot of you guys drew pictures. You did 14 stamps, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You did 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You did 14 stamps. It told us that we took 6 of them away to mail letters. So when I take them away, I'm going to cross them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I have to see how many stamps are left. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 left. So I know my mystery number is now 8. Some of you decided to complete the problem in a different way, which is completely fine. Some of you decided to count on. You might be thinking, how do you count on in a subtraction problem? Well, in an addition problem, we always start with our larger number and count forward. But since we are taking away, we are going to start with our smaller number. So let's say we start at 6. We have to see how many jumps it takes to get to 14. So this is my number line in a way. I'm going to draw 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It took me 8 jumps to get to 14. So some of you guys kind of switched up your problem and went 6 plus blank equals 14. We know our 8 goes here because of our jump, and we can check our problem with using fact families. Fact families, we use the same 3 numbers. So to check it, 14 minus 6 equals 8. It still works. I'm using the same 3 numbers. I have my 14, I have my 6, and I have my 8. These are called fact families. Another thing that you guys did, you guys decided to count backwards. So some of you started at 14, and you kind of created that number line, and then you stopped at 6. So you had 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. So then you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know I'm going to stop at 6 because up here it says we use 6 of them. So once again, this shows that we can jump 8 different times. So if we jump 8 different times, that means our problem 14 minus 6 equals 8. Some of you may have noticed that you use a different strategy. Those were just our main ones that I kind of wanted to focus on today. So if we turn our page to page 30, we're going to look back. How many stamps does Chen have left? Well, we found that answer. We did all of our jumps, we drew pictures, all things like that, and we found out we had 8 stamps left. It says you can subtract numbers in different ways. Making a 10 is a way to subtract from teen numbers. So this time, we're going to talk about a strategy on how to make 10 to separate it. So it says, think about 14 minus 5. So we have 10 here and 4 here. So 10 plus 4 is 14. It says, break apart the 5, show how to subtract from 14 to make 10. So if I'm making 10 and I have 14, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to stop there. How many things did we have to cross out to get to 10? 4. We had 4, but we're not finished subtracting because they want us to take away 5. So how many more do we need to subtract? Well, let's lock in 4. 4, 5. We just need one more. So that's how we can make 10. We can subtract until we get to 10, and then that's our first amount, and then see how many jumps we have left to get to our original problem. So why is subtracting 4 and then subtracting 1 the same thing as subtracting 5? I'm going to write that out to help me. So if I have 4 and 1, I know that makes 5. I'm going to say it's the same thing. It is the same thing because 4 plus 1 equals 5. So we're still getting our answer. Even if, like, let's say you're like, oh, I didn't need to make 10. I could just do that in my head by counting back and getting rid of 5. That's great. Remember, these are just different strategies that we have found that can help us. So if we go to this page, it will tell us, let's name some of our strategies. You guys may recognize this page from when we did it with our addition. Now we're going to do it with our subtraction. So we're just going to kind of write different problems. So one way we did it was by drawing our picture. So let's do 12 minus 4. So if we're doing 12 minus 4, I'm going to just make 12 boxes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So for this one, I may draw a picture to help me solve. So if I start with 12 and I take away 4, 2, 3, 4, how many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know 12 minus 4 is 8. That's one way I can solve it. What's another way? And remember, friends, if you ever need to stop, go ahead and pause this video, and then you can go ahead and catch back up with me when you're ready. Another way we can make this is by making a 10. So let's do 16 minus 8. So if we make a tens table, and we're going to need 2 because we know that 16 is bigger than 10, I'm going to make 2 tens tables, and I'm going to fill them out so that they are 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's 16. We are taking away 8. So I'm going to fill in 8 bubbles to help me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many did I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I ended up having 8 left. I could do it that way. Some friends may want to solve using a number line with going back. This one's a little trickier, but sometimes people like it. If we did the problem, let's say 12 minus 7. 12 minus 7, we're going to start, our number line always goes smallest to biggest, so I'm going to put my 12 back here. I'm going to jump to 10 first because I think jumping to 10 first will be easiest, and then I know I have to stop at a certain number here. This is the number that we are solving. I know we need to make 7 jumps though. So first we're going to start with our 12 and we're going to jump to 10. If we start with 12, 12, 11, 10. We did 2 jumps to get to 10. So if part of our number bond from the 7 is the 2, we need to figure out this missing number. So if I have 7 and I take away 2, I need 5 more jumps left. So I'm going to go ahead and I know this is 5 jumps, but where am I at? So let's lock in 10 and subtract 5. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I can do 5 there. So I know 12 minus 7 equals 5. This one we have to make sure that we're counting our jumps to make sure it matches this number over here. Another thing that you guys solved is you were like, oh my goodness, fact families, and this is why it is so important. So let's use our numbers. Let's do 12 minus 4. 12 minus 4. Well, I don't know 12 minus 4, but if I have 4, I wonder how many it takes to get to 12. So I'm going to say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It took me 8 fingers to get to 12. Oh my goodness, now I have my third number. I can just do fact families. So 4 plus 8 equals 12. That means 8 plus 4 equals 12. We're doing the same 3 numbers. In subtraction, we start with our biggest number. So 12 minus 4, we use our last number that's left, and we have 8. And we can also solve it with 12 minus 8 equals 4. So we can use fact families to help us solve. Some of you guys may already know when we practice our fact practice on Freckle, when I tell you guys to practice those little addition problems, if you know those little addition problems, they can help us with our subtraction problems with fact families. So as you can see, friends, there are lots of different ways that we can make and subtract. We talked about drawing, making 10, using a number line. There are other ways. If you can fill in those 2, that is awesome. So I want you guys to pick the strategy that you like most. Explain, how would you subtract 11 from 7? So I'm going to say, I'm going to use my number line. And remember, if you want to use a different strategy that works out, you can do that. So I'm going to go 11, and I know I have to get to 10, and then I have to get to this mystery number down here. But I know I need 7 jumps. So if I have 11 and I go back to 10, I have 1. If I take away 1 from 7, I get 6. So I know that I have to make 6 jumps because 6 plus 1 is 7. And I have to subtract 7 in all at some point. So let's subtract 6 from 10. So lock in 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So I know that mystery number is 4. I might use a strategy with doing that. I know if I take away 6 from 10, I already know my 10's facts. So I know using a fact family, it's the same thing as saying 4 plus 6 equals 10. So you may not even have to use your fingers to count back. That's the reason why I have you do those fact practices, so we can get those addition problems down. Some of you may draw a picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some of you may draw that picture. 11, sorry, forgot that one. And then you're going to take away 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many do we have left over? 1, 2, 3, 4. Did we get the same answer? Absolutely. 11 minus 7 equals 4. Nice job. All right. We're going to solve this problem together. Parnell has 12 stickers. He gives 7 of them to his friends. How many does Parnell have left? You can see as I was reading that, I was circling my most important information. We started with 12 stickers, and it said he gave 7 away to friends. So we're finding out how many he has left. So for this one, I'm going to draw a picture. I'm going to say, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And how many do I need to take away? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have how many left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can solve it using a picture. 12 minus 7 equals 5. Or it says check your answer and show your work. Well, to check my answer, I'm going to have to see if I start at 7, I'm going to see if it takes me 5 jumps to get to 12. So let's see if that helps us. So 5 jumps. So we have 8, 9, 10, 11. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did it take 5 jumps? Then that means our answer is correct. We checked it by doing 7 plus 5 equals 12. When we use the same 3 numbers, friends, that is called a fact family. So I can do 7 plus 5 equals 12. 5 plus 7 equals 12. In my subtraction, I always start with my biggest number, which is 12. So I can do 12 minus 7 equals 5. Or I can do 12 minus 5 equals 7. So those are your options that you can do to complete those problems. What I want you guys to do for your homework, I want you are going to take a picture of both page 31 and page 32, so I know that you are following along. You're going to submit that under the star. And today, friends, we have 2 assignments. The one that we just did together as a class, you're going to take a picture and send it in to me. And then you're going to have this one. This one is just like our last one. We're just going to try it out. See if you can solve this problem. I want to see what strategies you guys have used. Maybe you learned a new strategy that you're like, ooh, this one will work better for me. Maybe you found a quicker way to solve it. It's up to you, but I want you to complete page 33 and take a picture of that and send it in math activity number 2. All right, friends, good luck.